Hi, it's David from HORAGE. We're going to be talking all about DecaFlux today. This is actually the first watch in HORAGE's range featuring our K3 calibre, the latest calibre that we have in our range of movements. Within the DecaFlux range, we have three different dial colours. We have the Sunray Blue, Polished Black and Polished White. This is also our special Road to the USA edition. All of these watches feature a 316L stainless steel case and bracelet. The bracelet also features our HMAC Clasp, HMAC of course standing for HORAGE Micro Adjust Clasp. We'll get into how that works later in this video. Let's run through the features of the DecaFlux. As we mentioned, it's a stainless steel case. The diameter is 40mm, 9.98mm in height. It features a full stainless steel bracelet with the Micro Adjust Clasp. This Micro Adjust Clasp allows for 10mm of adjustment. The calibre is the HORAGE K3 calibre, our latest automatic offering. This gives you 100 hours of power reserve and a full silicon escapement with COSC certification. What does COSC certification mean? It means your watch is super accurate. -4+ seconds a day is the maximum deviation allowed. Let's talk about the clasp. It has 10mm of adjustment. To open the clasp, press both buttons simultaneously and pull up. This will open the clasp. If we look inside the clasp, you can see this button in the middle inside of the clasp. This allows you to adjust the position and size of the bracelet. By pushing this button down, you can slide the bracelet back and forward. Let's fully open it. When we then close the clasp, you will hear a click to show that it is locked in position. You're able to adjust the bracelet size in 1mm increments. Each click equals 1mm, and you're able to do this whilst wearing the watch on your wrist. When it comes to sizing the bracelet of the watch, we advise that you do this with the clasp set at 50%. This ensures you have a little up and down adjustment in the size of the bracelet to make sure that on those warm and cold days you can find that perfect fit. If you haven't had the bracelet adjusted prior to delivery, you'll likely have to adjust it to get the best fit on your wrist. You can do this by removing the given number of links to achieve best fit. Each link is held in place using a pin and collar. The pins can be pushed out in either direction. Unlike many watches, these are not directional. If you have the tools at home to do this and feel comfortable doing so, you will be able to size the bracelet yourself. Otherwise, we suggest your local watchmaker or watch retailer may be able to assist with the sizing of the bracelet. Let's now talk about how we get the watch up and running and get the time set accurately. If the watch hasn't been worn for a considerable period, you may find it's not running. The mainspring has completely unwound. We have to add some power to the mainspring in order to get the watch running. To do so, we need to manually wind the watch initially via the crown. Ensure the crown is against the case in the position 0 or the neutral position, and then begin to turn the crown in an upwards or clockwise direction in order to add power to the mainspring. Depending on its state of unwind, it may require between 30 and 40 winds of the crown to get the watch running. How will you know it's running? Well, of course, the second hand begins to move in a clockwise direction. Even if, after a number of winds, you still find the second hand is not running, a gentle side-to-side shaking of the watch will be enough to get that all underway. We then, of course, can now consider getting the watch set to the accurate time. In order to get the watch set correctly, you need to have a reference time. In the case here, we're using an app on the phone, but you may also find plenty of websites that can help with this. In fact, anywhere that can show the hours, the minutes and the seconds that you know is accurate is sufficient to do this job. In order to set the time accurately, we have to make sure we stop the second hand running at 0 seconds or the 12 o'clock marker. This will ensure we can set the time exactly to the second. This is known as hacking the watch. To do so, we want to pull the crown to position 1 as the second hand reaches 0 seconds or the 12 o'clock marker. We're coming up to 5 seconds to go. and we've pulled the crown to position 1 and stopped the seconds hands at 0 seconds or the 12 o'clock marker. We now want to set the watch to the next minute against our reference time, in this case 11:30. We will turn the crown clockwise to set the time. Here we are at 11, round to 11:30. And as you can see now, minute hand at the 30 mark, 11, and we're hacked. We now need to count down to 11:30 and 0 seconds. At this point, we will push the crown back to the neutral position or position 0 in order to start the watch running. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hack. We now have the watch running exactly to the reference time. Of course, the movement in this watch, the K3, is COSC certified, making it amongst the most accurate movements available in Swiss watches. We do recommend that you re-hack the time around once a week to ensure that your watch is staying exactly on the second accuracy. COSC of course means -4 + 6 seconds deviation per day is the maximum permissible amount of deviation. This does build up over time however, so the advice is to check your timing once per week. On the Road to the USA edition of the DecaFlux, you'll notice a special feature. It has a depiction of the US flag on the rotor, something that we've been very proud to produce here in Switzerland, but the Road to the USA gives a clue. We're working on a project to bring movement manufacturing back to the United States, the home of industrial watchmaking. This is a special watch that's available for a limited period on the HORAGE website. You can also read more about our Road to the USA project on horage.com. Check out the Road to the USA section for all information about this exciting project. So that covers everything about the DecaFlux range. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Of course, we did talk about the Road to the USA. This is where I wish I had my cowboy hat so I could do something amusing, but no, you've just got to put up with my ugly face. So we'll catch you again on the next video about another watch and how to set it up.